electricity. In previous video, we already discussed about parallel and series combination, right? We already derived the formula of that also. How can we get net resistance in a circuit right now? But there are some advantage and disadvantage when you are putting all the resistors in either series or parallel. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about what? Advantage and disadvantage of parallel and series combination. Means to say, when we combine the resistors in parallel or in series, then there are always some advantage and disadvantage. So that we are going to discuss here. Actually, this is a very important question of your chapter. What are the advantage and disadvantage of parallel and series combination? So let's discuss one by one. At first, we will discuss about disadvantage of series combination. Means to say, when we combine the resistors in series, then what are the drawbacks or what are the disadvantage of that? ऐसा कुछ नहीं कि इसके कुछ advantage नहीं है. There are some advantage also, but first we will discuss about disadvantage because there are lots of disadvantage when you connect the resistors in series. Okay, so let's start. First disadvantage, as we know, when we connect the resistors in series, then net resistance in the circuit will equal to sum of individual resistors. Right now, if you remember this, तो मैंने लिखा था the total resistance in a circuit will equal to the sum of individual resistors that you are putting there. बस सबका sum निकालना है. This means what? This means when you connect the resistors in series, then always the value of resistance will increase, right? Always the value of resistance will increase. If the value of resistance will increase, then according to Ohm's law, we have a formula of Ohm's law, that is V is equal to IR, right? If we interchange it like this, then you will get this formula, V by I is equal to R. From here you can see, here R is inversely proportional to what? Current. Now, when you are connecting your devices in series, then obviously the net resistance will increase. If the net resistance will increase, then current का क्या होगा? It will decrease because they are inversely proportional to each other. So whenever we connect the resistors in series, then current will reduce in that circuit. Why? Because the resistance is increasing gradually, right? So obviously current reduce होगा, so it will not provide you that much impact which you want to get from there, right? So that's why we never put our devices in series combination. Obviously हमारे घर पर जितने भी devices होते हैं, that all are connected in parallel only to reduce what? Resistance, so that you can get effective current through them, right? Okay, so this is our first point, disadvantage of series combination, because when we combine the resistors in series, resistance will increase, and if resistance will increase, the current will decrease, right? Okay, so next point is we know when we put the resistors in series, then we need to put different potential difference or voltmeter to each and every resistor, right? Okay, so if you are putting three resistors, suppose we are putting three resistors in series, then we have to provide different voltmeter, or simply we have to provide different potential difference to these all resistors, right? So we need to provide different PD to these all resistor. Means to say, यहाँ पे PD क्या हो जा रहा है? PD will get distributed. So here, when you connect the resistors in series, then potential difference will get distributed. Potential difference क्या हो जा रहा है? Distribute हो जा रहा है. This is also a drawback because potential difference अगर distribute होगा तो impact जो है वो better नहीं होगा, because when you are putting more devices there, then obviously at last तुमने जो device रखा है, maybe it will not get that much PD, and because of that the impact of current or flow of current will reduce there. Okay, so it will get dimmer. अगर आप bulb लगा रहे हो, it will get dimmer. Why? Because the PD is distributed here. Okay. Now next point, when you connect the devices in series, then obviously it will connect it end to end, right? If suppose because of any reason one device get damaged, suppose one device get damaged. If one device will get damaged, then obviously the remaining devices will also not run, not at all. Remaining devices will also not run. Why? Because it will get disconnected, right now. So all are connected in series, then obviously if one device is not working because of any reason or get damaged, then obviously the remaining devices will also not run. भले ही वो अच्छे हो, but they will not able to run. Why? Because the circuit get damaged or simply the circuit get disrupted there, right? Okay, so if you want to run all the devices simultaneously, then it's okay. But when you connect the registers in series, then if you want to run only one single device, then also you have to run all the devices at the time. मतलब आपको सिर्फ फैन चलाना है तो उसके साथ में लाइट और बाकी सारे डिवाइसेस भी चलने वाले हैं. Why? Because they all are connected in series. But when you want to run only one device at a time, then obviously you have to put it in what? Parallel. Then only you can connect it separately or you can run it separately. But in series combination, when you want to run a particular device, then you have to run all the devices at a time. When you want to put off a particular device, a single particular device, then also you have to put off all the devices at the time, because there is only one switch to run all the devices. There is only one switch to run all the devices. If you will switch on, all the devices will run at the time. If you will switch off, then obviously all the devices will put off, right? Okay, so this is the disadvantage right now. So that's why we are not using series combination at our home. But sometime, you know, अभी जैसे आपके स्कूल में भी होगा, for at least for a particular floor there is one switch. If you will put off that switch, then उस floor के जितने भी classroom है उसमें जो भी lights हैं, जो भी fans हैं, that all will get switched off because they all are connected in series. So there, it is beneficial also, because if someone will go to all classroom and switch off all the devices separately, then it will be quite tough, है ना. इसके लिए हम लोग ऐसी जगहों पर जहाँ पर we are running more than actually lots of devices at a time, then there you can use this concept. But there are some drawbacks obviously, because when you are connecting in series, then the current will reduce, the PD will get distributed, and third is what? When you are running a particular device, then you have to run all the devices simultaneously which are connected with them, right? Or when you want to put off a particular device, then at the same time you have to put off all the devices which are connected with that particular circuit. So these are the disadvantage of what? Series combination. Now we will discuss about the advantage of parallel combination. इसके उल्टे ही है. Advantage of parallel combination. Okay, now सबसे पहले resistance की बात करते हैं. In parallel combination, the value of net resistance is always less than the smallest resistor. जो सबसे छोटा रेजिस्टेंस है उससे भी कम होती है किसकी वैल्यू? रेजिस्टेंस की वैल्यू. That's why the net resistance in this circuit, when you are connecting the resistors in parallel, will reduce, right? If the resistance will reduce, then obviously you can say the value of current will increase. So when you are putting the devices or resistors in parallel, then the net resistance will reduce, and because of that the strength of current will increase, right? Okay, now next point we will discuss here. Here the potential difference get distributed, but when you are connecting your devices or resistors in parallel, then all will get same potential difference. All will get same potential difference, right? All will get same potential difference, so it will be good. सारे devices को same potential difference मिल रहा है. रही बात distribution of current की, it's okay. We are distributing the current there. Then obviously we have different kind of devices. There are some devices which need less current. There are some devices which need more current. So you can put there that kind of devices जिसको कम current की requirement है. You can put in another pathway different type of devices which need more current, right? So in our home there are two types of current which comes from a main circuit. That is 5 ampere current and 15 ampere current. मतलब आपके घर पर जो करंट आता है that is already distributed in two way. First is 5 ampere current circuit and second is 15 ampere. 5 ampere current circuit में you can run the devices like television set, फोन चार्ज कर सकते हो आप. सेकेंडली फैन रन कर सकते हैं, ट्यूब लाइट चला सकते हैं. These all devices will run on 5 ampere current. Okay, but if you have an heavy appliances जैसे कि फ्रिज हो गया, एयर कंडीशन हो गया, गीजर हो गया, मिक्सर ग्राइंडर हो गया, these all things that need 15 ampere current. Okay, so we already distributed the current here. If you want to run the device which get less current, then you can connect it in 5 ampere wiring. If you want to run that kind of devices which need more current, then you can put 15 ampere wiring there, right? So current is distributed here. जिसको जितना चाहिए उतनी current हम लोग यहाँ पर distribute कर सकते हैं. And most important thing, if you want to run a particular device, then no need to run all the devices simultaneously, right? You can run a particular device separately here because we have different switch for different devices. एक टाइम पे आप एक डिवाइस चला सकते हो. इफ यू वांट टू रन टेलीविजन सेट, इट्स ओके, नो नीड टू रन रिमेनिंग डिवाइसेस. इफ यू वांट टू रन एयर कंडीशन, देन नो नीड टू रन रिमेनिंग डिवाइसेस एट द सेम टाइम, राइट? बिकॉज वी दैट ऑल हैव different switches because they all are connected in parallel. So these are the advantage of parallel combination. So there are some advantage and disadvantage of parallel connection and series connection. Series connection के advantage की बात करते हैं, disadvantage तो पढ़ लिया हमने. What are the advantage? Sometime जैसे मैंने स्कूल का एग्जांपल दिया, that is okay. And second is in Diwali or in any day when we actually decorate our home with tube lights and small lights, tiny bulbs. So that tiny bulbs, if you know, there is only single switch. If you switch on the device, then obviously all the 100 bulbs or 150 bulbs, whatever be the number of bulbs there, that all will glow togetherly. बट जैसे ही आप स्विच ऑफ करते हो, सारे के सारे बल्ब स्विच ऑफ हो जाते हैं. इफ सपोज इमेजिन दैट ऑल आर कनेक्टेड इन पैरेलल, देन टू स्विच ऑफ ईच एंड एवरी बल्ब यू हैव टू स्विच ऑफ ऑल द सबके लिए अलग अलग स्विच होने वाले हैं, तो यू हैव टू स्विच ऑफ ऑल द स्विच सेपरेटली, राइट? सो दिस आर द डिसएडवांटेज व्हेन यू आर कनेक्टिंग दिस काइंड ऑफ डिवाइसेस इन parallel. So sometimes series combination is good, we use it also, but at home actually we can say series combination is not good because series combination में एक तो current आपका बहुत ज़्यादा consume होने वाला है, secondly PD will distribute, and obviously if you want to switch on a particular device, then you have to run all the devices simultaneously, right? Okay, this much is enough. This is the answer when someone will ask you what are the advantage or disadvantage of series and parallel combination. So let's move to next topic, that is that is power. Yeah, no, at first heating effect of electric current, we are going to discuss that. What? Heating effect of electric current. We already discussed about a device which we use to measure current and potential difference, right? Okay, I want to say something about that because that is very important. I just forget to explain this part in earlier video, so let's discuss that first. Okay, voltmeter is a device which is used to measure potential difference, and ammeter is a device which is used to measure current in a circuit. Always remember, voltmeter is always connected in parallel. Okay, why I am explaining you. And ammeter is always connected in series. Okay, now voltmeter is always connected in parallel because इसका जो resistance है, its resistance is very high. इसका जो resistance है, it is very high. Obviously, if resistance is high, then we need to put it in parallel connection. Then only the strength of current will not affected, right? Okay. And ammeter को series में क्यों लगाते हैं? Because इसका जो resistance है, वो काफी low होता है. This is very important question. Voltmeter is a device which is used to measure potential difference. Ammeter is a device which is used to measure current in a circuit. Voltmeter is always put in parallel when we are using a device voltmeter in any circuit. Then we always connect it in parallel. Why it is connected in parallel? This will ask in exam. So because of high resistance, voltmeter की resistance high होती है, that's why we are putting this in parallel. And why we connect ammeter in series? The reason is because इसकी resistance low होती है, so we can put it in series. Okay, there will be no impact in current, right? Okay. Now one more thing, high resistance है parallel में connect होता है, it's okay. And low resistance है series में connected होता है, it's okay. The question will ask, what happen if voltmeter is connected in series? What happen if voltmeter is connected in series? Obviously, when you will connect the voltmeter in series, then the value of net resistance will increase in a circuit, and because of that, जो current है उसकी strength क्या हो जाएगी? कम हो जाएगी, right? And at the same time, if the ammeter is connected in parallel, तो उसकी resistance already बहुत low है, resistance is very less, right? Now, if you will put it in parallel, then the value of resistance will of course reduce, right? And because of that, the strength of current will increase in a circuit. Maybe your circuit get burst because of exceedment of current. Okay, so this is the reason we always need to put voltmeter in parallel and ammeter in series. If you will interchange this, then this will be the drawback that I already explained you. This is very important question. Okay, now voltmeter and ammeter which we are using is normal voltmeter and ammeter. But if you are talking about ideal voltmeter, then the value of ideal voltmeter means to the value of resistance of ideal voltmeter is almost equal to infinity. Okay, the value of ideal voltmeters resistance will equal to what? Infinity. मतलब उनका resistance बहुत high होता है, you can compare it with infinity. And at the same time, the value of ammeters, ठीक है, the value of ammeters resistance is what? Almost equivalent to 0, you can say. Here the value of resistance is almost equal to what? 0. Okay, resistance is very low here in ideal ammeter, and in ideal voltmeter the resistance of that is what? Equivalent to infinity. Got it? This is very important point. That's why before explaining heating effect of electric current, I explained you this. Voltmeter and ammeter क्या होते हैं? These are the devices. Always we need to put voltmeter in parallel and ammeter in series. Why? Because voltmeter have high resistance and ammeter have low resistance. And if you interchange it, means to say voltmeter parallel में connect होता है, but if you connect it in series, then what will happen? That also we discussed. And same time में ammeter को अगर आप parallel में लगा देते हो तो क्या होने वाला है वो भी हमने discuss किया. What is the value of ideal voltmeter? I am talking about ideal voltmeter. Huh? We are not talking about normal voltmeter that we use in our circuit. This is about ideal voltmeter. Then the value of resistance will equivalent to what? Infinity. And ideal ammeter की resistance कितनी होती है? Almost equivalent to 0. मतलब almost you can say no resistance at all. Right? Okay. So now let's start our next topic, that is heating effect of electric current. Whenever we pass current through any circuit, whenever we pass electricity or current through any circuit, then you can feel this. After some time it get heated, right? ना जैसे कि आप बल्ब चला रहे हो, ट्यूब लाइट, after some time if you are running it for long time, then you will see it will get heated. Okay, I'm not talking about heating appliances like electric iron हो गया, गीजर हो गया, ये सारे devices तो हम लोग practically उसको heat कराते हैं. But in general sense also, when you are running any devices, then after some time when it is running with a long period of time, then it will get heated. अभी आप fan ले लो, उसमें क्या होता है? When you are running it continuously, then it will get heated. You can touch it, आपको पता चलेगा, it will get heated. So this concept or this phenomenon of heating is defined as what? Heating effect of electric current. Means to say when we pass electricity through any metallic device or any circuit, then after some time it get heated. This is defined as what? Heating effect of electric current. Very simple, right? Now heating effect of electric current समझ में आ गया. Okay. So heating effect of electric current को use करके we are actually making different kinds of devices, जैसे electric geyser, oven, है ना. उसके बाद फिर इलेक्ट्रिक प्रेस, these all are the example in which electric kettle, these all are the example in which what we are doing after providing electricity, we create or we generate heat there. So how this particular heat is generated there, at first we will discuss or understand the mechanism behind that, then we will go further. Okay, what happened when we pass electron through any circuit, then obviously there is less path, electron will get collide with each other, right? Electrons will get collide with each other, but it will tend to move from high potential to low potential. Always electron will tend to move from high potential to low potential. When they are tending to move from high potential to low potential, then it will have to do some work to overcome that particular collision or to overcome that particular friction that they are getting. Friction means to say resistance here that they are getting from there. To overcome that, this electron will have to do some work. Okay, that work done will get converted into what? Heat energy. Because work और heat दोनों सेम ही तो होते हैं, right? फिर से explain करती हूँ the mechanism behind that, why the appliances get heated. When we tend to move electron through any circuit, then of course it will have a tendency to move from high potential to low potential. When they will tend to move from there, then opposing force means to say the force of what? Friction means to say the force of resistance or the factor, the resistor will opposes the flow of electron, right? But the electrons will tend to move there, so उसके लिए उसको कुछ काम करना पड़ेगा. That work done will be done by electron to move from high potential to low potential will get converted into what? Heat energy. And because of that, in any devices or in any appliances, when you are running it continuously, it will get heated. Okay, so this heat is actually produced by electrons movement, right? Because they are tending to move, but always resistors will opposes the flow of electron, and because of that it will do some work to move or to overcome the resistance, and obviously उस work को we are converting here in heat energy. So this is the concept of heating effect of electric current that we discussed here. Now heating effect of electric current का formula है यहाँ, that is H is equal to I square RT. H is equal to I square RT. I am going to derive it here. It's very simple to derive, but उसके पहले हम लोग यहाँ देखते हैं. From this formula you can say H is directly proportional to what? Current. Whenever you will increase the strength of current, H is directly proportional to what? Current. So if you will increase the strength of current, then simultaneously the heat energy will also get increased, right? आप किसी सर्किट के थ्रू कम करंट पास कर रहे हो तो कम हीट प्रोड्यूस होगा, ज्यादा करंट पास कर रहे हो तो ज्यादा हीट प्रोड्यूस होगा. सेकेंड इज इट इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू रेजिस्टेंस. ऑब्वियसली रेजिस्टेंस अगर ज्यादा है तो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स विल हैव टू ओवरकम दैट विथ मच मोर एनर्जी, राइट? एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट इट विल प्रोड्यूसेस मोर हीट एनर्जी. So heat is directly proportional to what? Resistance. Another factor is time, because time is also very important. If you are running a device for a short period of time, then electrons are not moving that much, and because of that it will not produces that much heat energy. Why? Because उसको काम ही कम करना पड़ रहा है, right ना? Because of that it will produces less amount of heat energy. So this is the formula, H is equal to I square RT. On this particular formula also we have some numericals. It's very simple. Current, resistance and time is given, so you can find heat energy. Anyone is missing here that you can find right now. Okay, now I'm going to derive this formula. H is equal to I square RT. We already discussed about potential difference, right? Potential difference क्या था? Work done to move a charge, right? Work done to move a charge. So what was the formula? V is equal to what? W by Q. Right? Okay. So you can write it like this also. W is equal to V into Q. लिख सकते हो? Okay. So now just put the value of V and Q separately. What is the value of V? We already know about Ohm's law. So just put the value of V as IR here. And Q. Q के लिए हम लोग ये formula use कर सकते हैं. Q is equal to IT, means to say I is equal to Q by T, that I am using here. So it will be IT. It's very simple, just done. W is equal to what? I square RT. Here the work done can be converted into energy. So that energy I am taking here as heat energy. So it will become H is equal to I square RT. This is the formula of heating effect of electric current. This is defined by Joule, obviously. So this is defined as Joule's law also. So Joule's law, that is H is equal to I square RT, which depends on current, resistance and time. ये सब पर ये directly proportional है. अगर आप current बढ़ाओगे, then also heat energy will increase. If you will increase resistance, then also heat energy will increase. Or even if you will increase the duration or time, then also heat energy will increase. So this is the formula that we got in heating effect of electric current. The concept of heating effect is used in many more devices. I'm going to discuss here what are the advantage or simply what are the application. Yes, what are the application of heating effect of electric current. Okay, I think this is clear. Okay, so I'm rubbing it. Now we will discuss about what? Application of heating effect of electric current. Application. इलेक्ट्रिक हीटर, इलेक्ट्रिक आयरन, इलेक्ट्रिक गीजर, इलेक्ट्रिक केटल, ये सारे के सारे डिवाइसेस जो हैं वो किस पे काम करते हैं? हीटिंग इफेक्ट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट पे. व्हाट हैपन व्हेन वी पास इलेक्ट्रिसिटी थ्रू दैट सर्किट, देन इट विल गेट हीटेड. बट इफ यू आर यूजिंग मेटालिक वायर, suppose you are using metallic wire, then in metallic wire we know there are free electrons, and of course if there are free electrons there will be less collision, and less collision तो होगा. साथ में in metallic conductor the value of resistance is also very less, and अगर resistance कम है तो electrons will not have to do that much work to move from high potential to low potential, right? Then because of that the amount of heat energy जो वहां पर प्रोड्यूस हो रही है वो भी बहुत कम होने वाला है. सो व्हाट वी नीड टू डू इफ यू आर producing heat from this kind of device, then we have to take some different material जिससे कि electrons when you are moving then it will get opposes by resistor factor too much, and because of that the work done will be more, right, by electrons. Yes, so you can use here nichrome wire. Generally in these all devices we use what? Nichrome wire, because nichrome wire का जो resistance है वो क्या होता है? इनका resistance क्या होता है? High होता है. The resistance is higher. If resistance is high, then electron will have to do much more work to move from high potential to low potential, right? और अगर work done ज़्यादा करना पड़ेगा तो obviously heat energy क्या produce होने वाली है? ज़्यादा produce होने वाली है. Got it ना? So एप्लीकेशन ऑफ हीटिंग इफेक्ट पढ़ रहे हैं हम लोग. इफ यू वांट टू मेक दिस काइंड ऑफ डिवाइस जिसमें कि आपको इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास करके हीट ही प्रोड्यूस करना है, देन वी हैव टू टेक दैट काइंड ऑफ मटेरियल विच विल हैव मोर रेजिस्टेंस, बिकॉज इफ इट विल हैव मोर रेजिस्टेंस देन देयर विल बी मोर अपोजिंग फोर्स, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट द इलेक्ट्रॉन विल डू मच मोर वर्क to move from high potential to low potential, right? So काम ज़्यादा करेगा, then obviously heat will produce more. I'm just explaining you the mechanism of this by making a electric press or iron here. We are using nichrome wire there, okay? This is electric iron. बाकी का जो है वो metallic wire है. This is a switch. 3-pin. This part is metallic. This is metallic wire. Even the plate over that we are using, that is also metallic. मैंने plate remove कर दिया अभी. Plate is metallic that we are using to press cloth. Okay, हम लोग अंदर की बात करते हैं. Here the wires are coiled like this. It is coiled like this. First we will discuss why it is coiled. It is coiled to increase the length, because we know if we increase the length तो क्या होने वाला है? Resistance बढ़ने वाला है. Second, we are using here nichrome wire. All the things which we are doing here to increase the resistance, okay, so that electrons will have to do more work, and because of that it will produces more heat energy. So nichrome wire will have what? High resistance. These are the key points that you need to write there, okay? Coiled रखेंगे, इससे क्या होगा, लेंथ इंक्रीज होगी. If you are using nichrome wire here, so it will have more resistance, and अगर resistance ज़्यादा होगा और resistance बढ़ा दिया by increasing the length here, okay, it is coiled और zigzag, तो उससे भी electrons को move करने में दिक्कत होने वाली है. These all things togetherly will help the electron to do more work. Okay, काम ज़्यादा करना पड़ेगा उसको to move from high potential to low potential, and because of that if it produces more heat energy, और अगर heat energy ज़्यादा produce होगी तो that only we are going to use here, right? So this is the concept behind that. वो कोई भी devices, either it is electric kettle, oven, whatever you are taking there, this is the concept only which we are going to use. Only we need to increase the work done of electrons, and that we are doing by doing these two things. Okay, so this is the first point that we discussed here. क्या डिस्कस किया हमने, इलेक्ट्रिक आयरन, इलेक्ट्रिक गीजर, केटल में हमें नाइक्रोम वायर यूज करना है जिससे आप उसका इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का वर्क डन बढ़ा सकते हो, सो दैट यू कैन प्रोड्यूस मोर हीट फ्रॉम देयर. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज वी विल टॉक अबाउट बल्ब. बल्ब आपने देखा होगा, बल्ब में एक फिलामेंट होता है, वो टंगस्टन का होता है. इट इज मेड अप ऑफ व्हाट, टंगस्टन. When we pass electricity through them, then this particular tungsten will burn actually. ये क्या होता है, जलता है, ये अपने आप को जलाता है. Then after burning of this particular tungsten material, the glow or the light you can see there. And obviously इसमें बहुत सारा करंट खर्च होता है. The electric tube light which we are going now or right now nowadays, उसमें क्या होता है, we are converting electrical energy into light energy. But here we are converting electrical energy into heat energy, okay, by burning this particular tungsten material, and because of that burning it will glow, and वो जो glow है that you can use as a light energy. So this is the concept which we are using here. We are using tungsten here because tungsten की जो melting point होती है, इसकी जो melting point होती है ये बहुत high होती है. Because of its high melting point we are using this here, and it will not get oxidized also. ये ऑक्सीडाइज ना हो इसके लिए वी आर पुटिंग हियर inert gases. Any inert gas you can use here so that it will not react with that, okay, and it will not get oxidized also. So here in case of bulb, what we are using, tungsten material here. Tungsten why you are using, because it is having high melting point, and when you are burning it, so it will not get melted first, and of course will not get oxidized also. And when it will burn, then it will glow, and that glow is used as light energy in bulb. Okay, now the third is fuse. Yes, that is fuse. Fuse is a device which we use in our main circuit. Okay, अभी तो fuse is kind of tripper होता है, but I'm just making a diagram here first. Okay, this is actually diagram of fuse. This is a fuse. This is just a plug-in kind of device. Okay, it is connected with a very thin wire. यहाँ पर we are using actually copper wire, thin copper wire. Okay, with tin plating. With tin plating. इसकी जो melting point है, it's very low. It's very low melting point. Now what we will do here, main circuit में we will put a fuse, we will put a device which is named as fuse. Okay, now what will happen if suppose because of any reason the strength of current increases, then obviously if it is put it in your main circuit, then first the current will pass through this particular fuse, right? The current will pass through this particular fuse. Whenever it will pass through this particular fuse, because of very low melting point of this particular material which we are using here, it will get melted. थोड़ा सा भी एक्सेस हुआ करंट, दिस पर्टिकुलर वायर विल गेट मेल्टेड. और ये अगर पहले ही मेल्ट हो गया तो ऑब्वियसली करंट विल नॉट कम टू योर हाउस, एंड ऑब्वियसली इट विल नॉट डैमेज your remaining devices which is in your home. Okay, so that's why we are putting fuse here, because fuse is containing a thin copper wire with tin plating which will have very low melting point. If suppose because of any reason the strength of current will increase in a circuit, then in main circuit also when it will come, only when it will come, then what will happen? This particular wire will get melted, and because of that, that current will not come inside your circuit or inside your appliances or devices. Then obviously your devices will get saved. Okay, so this fuse is used to save your device from exceedment of current. Okay, so just leave it here. Now we discuss about next topic, that is power. You already know about power, right ना? हमने power के बारे में क्या पढ़ा था? It is rate of doing work. Here also the formula or definition will not change. Power is what? Rate of doing work. I am going to write here the definition first. What is power? Power is rate of doing work. Yes. And the formula is P is equal to W by T. The formula is what? P is equal to W by T. Okay. Now P is equal to W by T is the formula of power that we already know. In this particular chapter in 10th standard, we are going to discuss about different formulas of power that we will derive from here only. So power is W by T. ये तो हमको याद रखना ही है. This is the important or basic formula of power. Okay. And what is the standard unit of this? The standard unit of this is what? Watt. Right? Okay. So this is the formula of power. Here we are going to discuss about 3 different formula of power that at first I am writing here. P is equal to I square R. Second is P is equal to VI, and third is equal to P is equal to V square by R. Okay. So these are the formula. It will derive from here only. P is equal to what? W by T. P is equal to what? W by T. अब आप W को क्या बोल सकते हो? See, we have a formula. Potential difference is equal to what? Work done to move a charge. Right? Potential difference is equal to work done to move a charge. So what will be the value of W here? It will be V into Q. Right? Okay. Now just put the value of W as VQ. It will be like this. Okay. Now just put the value of Q also. Q is what? Q is equal to IT. So just put the value of Q also. It will be I into T by T. Formula में था T. Now this TT will get cancelled. You will get the formula P is equal to VI. This is the first formula we got from P is equal to W by T. So it is here P is equal to VI. Now we will discuss about next formula. Just move from here only. VI. P is equal to what? VI. V is equal to what? IR, because it is Ohm's law. So IR into I. So what will be the value? P is equal to I square R. Right? Okay. Now again by using this formula, P is equal to VI. We put it the value of V as IR. Now I will just change the value of I here. अगर V is equal to IR है, तो what will be the value of I? It will be what? V by R. Okay. Now just put the value of I here. What? V by R. So P will equal to V square by R. It's very simple to derive these all 3 formula from P is equal to W by T by using different formula that we already discussed here. So or simply no need to actually discuss about this. You can learn this formula, these 3 formula simply. They will never ask you to explain these all formula from where you derived it. So just learn these all 3 formula. I just explained you how we get these all formula from P is equal to W by T. So these are the formula. It's very important. You have to learn these all 3 formula. Not only these all 3, obviously including this also. You have to learn this one also. P is equal to I square R, P is equal to VI, P is equal to V square by R, and P is equal to W by Q. These are the 4 formula which we can use to find the power. Power का formula ये 4 है. Anyone you can use. Obviously question में क्या given है, accordingly we will use the formula here, right? So this is enough. Now power is equal to WT. So W is equal to what? P into T. Okay. Work done can be converted into energy. So it is E is equal to PT. This formula also we discussed in 9th standard. So this formula was there. E is equal to PT. energy, if you want to find the total energy consumed in any circuit, then you should know the power, how much power is rated there in any device, and for how much time that device is running. Right now, to find the total energy consumed by any device, what you need, एक तो उस पर power rating कितनी है, and second, for how much time you are running that device. If you will multiply that two, then obviously you will get what? Electrical energy consumed by that device. So you can say the formula or definition of electrical energy is what? The product of power and time. अभी इसकी यूनिट की बात करते हैं. पावर की यूनिट वाट और टाइम की सेकेंड, सब कुछ होती है. सेकेंड भी होता है, आवर भी होता है, बट आपको अगर याद है तो वी यूज हियर पावर यूनिट एज किलोवाट एंड टाइम एज आवर. सो द इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी का जो स्टैंडर्ड यूनिट है दैट इज व्हाट? kWh, यानी kilowatt hour. And this also 1 kWh is equal to what? How much? 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. This is also very important. If you want to find your energy in term of joule, then if you are getting it in kWh, then you can convert it into what? Joule. So why? Because 1 kWh is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. So our chapter is completed here, because we discussed about power, and this is the last topic of this chapter. But I'll make one more video on electricity, because we are going to discuss about numericals in that video. Okay, so thank you for this session. Bye bye.